Hi everyone and welcome to PSI. My name's Mark. This video is about REM pods and debunking REM pods and what REM pods really are. Can they be used for paranormal investigating or should they be used for something else? Let's take a look at what they are. Check it out. These are probably what you recognise as a REM pod. They come in all different shapes and sizes, but they are all the same circuitry. For those of you interested, this is a schematic of a REM pod. I have built 2 REM pods to date. This is one of the REM pods I built. I made it smaller and put it in a square box rather than the round tube what people build it into. I built this with the obviously antenna which comes off so it can't break. And this one is watertight, believe it or not. That's how I made it. That's activated now. So as you can see, the REM pod is actually unshielded circuitry inside. It's mainly oscillators which have an AC current running through them. When radio waves hit unshielded oscillators, they produce more AC current, making the REM pod trigger and flash and make a noise. Here's my 2-way radio. If I push the trigger where my thumb is and point it at the REM pod, you get the idea. Now that will work from across the room, and if you see people using a REM pod, even the round ones, it's the same circuitry as this. Radio waves will affect them. All they have to do is press the trigger on the radio and point it at the REM pod. It will flash and they will say that ghosts are activating that. This unit is unshielded and it is AC current. Now we've established what a REM pod is and how it can be triggered by radio waves and a lot of fakery basically. What is a REM pod actually originally designed for? Well, I think you'd be a bit surprised. The REM pod was originally an electronic instrument. Here's a picture of one now, see if you know what it is. Check it out. Have you guessed what it is? It is actually a theremin. Now a theremin has 2 antennas normally. At the bottom it has a round curled antenna where you put your hand over, that's normally the volume, and has an antenna coming up the side which is generally the pitch. Now the REM pods what we have are actually junior theremins and they have 1 antenna because the volume is already set on the circuitry. I'm going to show you where you can get your own from for about £12. People are buying them and selling them for a fortune. So here's a couple of websites where you can buy your own, and if you're any good at soldering you can make your own. Check it out. If you go on to Mad Lab, they are £11.65 and Robot Shop £11.71. Only cheap to buy. Through this whole video you've probably been wondering, why is Mark sat on the Starship Enterprise on the captain's chair? Well, there's a reason for the backgrounds today. Although it's pretty cool, I must admit, there is one place you have heard of a theremin being used. Here it is, check it out. have it. That is what a REM pod really is. It's a theremin. It's a junior theremin, only one antenna. So these things, the REM pods, whatever shape or form they come in, shouldn't be used on paranormal investigations, because there's too much fakery going on using radios, mobile phones and other devices what will interfere with a REM pod. I really hope you've enjoyed watching the video as much as I've enjoyed making it. It's took a lot of editing, to be fair. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, but for now, Mark T. Lindsay signing out. Take care. Does anyone know how to land a starship? Press this big red button.
Destruct sequence completed and engaged.
Shit. You have been watching PSI. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support us, please join the channel as a member.